The Russia-Ukraine conflict has entered its second year, and the two sides are temporarily stalemate on the battlefield. The debate between Chinese netizens who support Ukraine and support Russia has also become more intense. Netizens who support Russia believe that if Russia is defeated, the next target of the West must be China. Netizens who support Ukraine believe that if Russia is defeated, China can just take the opportunity to recover the lost territory. So who was right? First of all, Russia's defeat may mean the division of Russia. This is because the defeat of Russia means that most of the Russian army has lost its combat effectiveness, and Russia itself is a country full of warlords and national separatist forces, which are usually strongly suppressed by the Russian army. Once the Russian army loses its combat effectiveness, they are likely to stand up and split. Second, what impact will a defeated Russia have on China? A defeated Russia will inevitably weaken into a country similar to Ukraine, unable to maintain its influence in Central Asia, Outer Mongolia, and the Far East. At this time, China's influence will naturally extend to this point. Moreover, because Japan and the Far East lack land transportation, it is difficult to have a competitive relationship with China. North Korea will also lose Russia's support and can only choose to move closer to China. From the perspective of the scope of influence, such a vast scope of influence can be said to have surpassed China in the Qing dynasty. When China's influence extends, the most direct benefit to China is that the energy pipelines in the Far East and Central Asia can be excavated immediately, the railway can be built immediately, and the construction of the Belt and Road Initiative will enter the fast lane. The economy of the small countries in the Far East in the future can only rely on the Chinese market. Therefore, China's energy security and foreign trade will continue to improve. A weakened Russia cannot become a strategic chess player that cooperates with China on the international stage. The competition between China, the United States and Russia will turn into a competition between China and the United States. China's geopolitical environment may face severe challenges. In eastern China, as the US military moves NATO troops to East Asia, the strength of the US, Japan, South Korea, and Australia quadrilateral alliance will be significantly enhanced. It will be more difficult for China to expand its influence by sea, and it will be even more difficult to resolve the Taiwan issue. In southern China, as Russia fell, the rivalry between China, the United States and India became clearer. In the west of China, that is, the Middle East and Central Asia, due to the weak strength of the US Army, it is impossible to compete with China. In the end, our conclusion is that once Russia is defeated and split, China will become a superpower with land power, and its influence will directly extend from East Asia to the Middle East, but the space for expansion in the sea will be significantly reduced. The United States will have unprecedented advantages in the sea, but in terms of land power, the United States obviously cannot compete with China. The front line of competition between the two sides may shift from the East China Sea and South China Sea to the Middle East. Obviously, no one can defeat the opponent in a short time. When a land power vs a sea power, who will win? This may ultimately depend on the inherent national system advantages of both parties.